Hello everyone, Angie here at Studio Red Art. Today is day 27 of the 100-day project, and today I'm going to work on my large Dilutions cardstock, and I'm going to stamp with the Visible Image Organic stamp set. I believe I'm going to use these long tendrils here, and I'm going to lay down some color with my favorite not oxides, stains. I'm going to go for like a warm brown, almost vintagey look, because over the top of that, I'm going to add Stampendous Spoonful of Gold Dust embossing powder. This is a chunky embossing powder that you do not use with any sticky ink or glue or anything. You see how chunky it is? It's got flakes and powder. So what you do is you sprinkle it over the top of your project wherever you want it, and then you heat it from underneath and it stays. And so then you've got this nice textured texture. This will be gold because it's the only one I have on your project. So that's why I'm going with some kind of warmer, darker colors, because I want the gold to kind of, not necessarily pop, but add to the feel. It comes in this clamshell that they want you to cut off the lid, pour it into the container, and then store it that way. I'm a little too clumsy for that, so I'm just going to leave it in the container, in the bag. I might put it in the container to work with and then put it back in the bag. I do have my Nuvo spoon so I can scoop it out, and I've got a stamp block and stains. I don't think I need my, I'll need my black archival. I've got my embossing gun I borrowed back from my mother, because the heat tool does work, it just takes longer. So, well, that kind of sits right in there, doesn't it? Huh, fancy smancy. Anyway, actually I'm just going to go ahead and pour that now. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Now these large flakes, they don't really melt. They just kind of, you want them to be on top of the other embossing powder, so they kind of melt into the powder and it holds there. Where did I set it? I did a sample just a few minutes ago. And where did I set it? Where did I set it? That's hilarious. I seriously did it like 5 minutes ago. What did I do with it? Seriously, what did I just do with it? That's hilarious. Okay, I'm back. I found it. So, they say you don't need a sticky ink for this embossing powder, and you don't. I just tried it with Versamark and the Visible Image No Space for Dreams stamp, just because I wanted to see what would happen. So basically, with this, I just poured the embossing powder over it, tipped it off so the smaller granules stuck, and then I took a spoonful of the flakes and just kind of placed them over the top to where they would stick, and then heated it from underneath. Because even with my Ranger heat tool, it still kind of blew the big flakes away. But I still think that's pretty neat. I'll save her for something. I don't know what yet, but that's why I was like, I just made a sample trying this out. Oh goodness. Anyway, so I'm going to lay down some color. Actually, should I stamp first? I think I'm gonna lay down some color first. I'm going to close my embossing powder, this chunky powder. Now I don't get anything in it. Excuse me in case I want to do some water or something. I guess we'll just start with antique linen. Excuse me. It's not gonna do much, is it? I don't remember antique linen have so much green in it. That's okay though. That is okay. And then of course dried marigold, one of my favorites. Just love that. I don't know, it's almost a cool orange. It's not like neon in your face orange, if that makes sense. And then we've got Gathered Twigs. I think this is my friend Courtney's favorite brown. It is a nice, nice clear brown, a nice, almost tree brown, branch brown. Not loving this antique linen right now. We might cover that up. We'll add ground espresso to the rest of it. Yeah, that's helping to warm it up. Hopefully this brown doesn't turn to mud. Okay. Magic of the water. Let's take a brush. Ooh, let's take a big mop brush and throw one on the ground. Okay, nice wet brush. Just kind of move this around. Probably should have wet my paper first. I think that's one of the things Tim wants you to do. Okay. Not loving this. Nope, nope, nope. But it's just a base coat. You can always add more. It's getting there. Go ahead. I'm back. I'm going to do some stamping now. I'm not loving this background just yet, but hopefully it'll get there. Come on, you. Break your hinge. Let's see here. I'm not quite sure what type of look I'm going to go for here. I think this was the last virgin stamp on that set. Okay. So let's just kind of start at the bottom. Good, I didn't want it super dark. Good. Oh yeah, that's helping. Alrighty, let's go. This guy. Cool. I honestly have no idea where I'm going with this. That's okay. I think I'll bring out. I guess we're just going to break out most of them. Let's see. It's like visible image is like Lay's potato chips or Pringles. Once you pop, you just can't stop. Or Lay's, you know, you can only eat just one. You can only use just one stamp. Not. Let's go. This kind of reminding me of branches on a tree. That's cool. Let's see here. That's neat. Do I want to bring in the splats? I think I do. Why not? Oh, visible image. So Visible Image has their new release up for pre-order. It is amazing. I told my friend who owns the local scrapbook store I go to, and I said, you know, my order's pretty much going to be, you know, like everything. And when they released the images to be ordered, it was all but 2. So I stopped by to confirm my almost everything order. Visible image. If they'd just stop being so amazing, I'd stop having to buy all of them. I think we only need about one more swatch here. That's cool. I think I need a little bit more filling in right through here. Let's go this guy, and we're just gonna, ooh. Not quite what I was aiming for, but I like that. I like that it's a little more of a shadow. I need a little bit more down here. Better. Getting there. Good. Fill in here a little bit. I think we'll just stick with this one. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. That's better. Cool. I think I need to fill in this corner just a smidgen. Sorry, I'm just thinking. I'm trying not to mess this up. That's better. Kind of make these look like cockaburs or something. There. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy. I just want to maybe stamp just a smidge more right about here. Kind of tie in there. Tie in that guy. All right. That is interesting. Now, the real question is, where am I going to put the spoonfuls of gold? Do I want to like trail it through here maybe? Or do I want to like have it, I don't want to have it at the base. I think I just want to, oh yeah, here we go. Just kind of. Okay. There we go. cool. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. I don't want to cover the whole thing. All right, I'm gonna speed this up because this thing is loud. So I'll be back. Back. I have heat set it as best as I could. It is, if I do something this large again, I would do it in sections and do each section individually, because trying to keep all the embossing powder where I wanted it was kind of hard. Definitely you need to use something to protect your fingers. I feel like I might add just a little bit more because it's kind of uneven. So I think I'll put the speed back on and we'll continue here now that I kind of have a better feel of what I'm doing. But do you see what I meant by the you have to have the small powder to hold the big flakes, because the big flakes don't actually melt. So, which is fine. But now that I kind of know where I'm going with this, let's do this middle section. Okay, I am back. I am actually pretty pleased with how this turned out. I wasn't planning on to do like a malachite, like stone type of look, but I'm pretty happy with it. I almost feel like going over it a little bit more with some ink, just to see if I can't bring out some of the color of the ink that it's kind of gotten a little bit lost. But overall, I'm pretty. I really like how I can control where the ink embossing powder goes. Definitely got to be careful going over the flakes. You can definitely knock them off if they're kind of precariously attached to the little powder. Might have been a better option to do a spray, but that's okay. We're just kind of learning. That's pretty. All right. I am fairly happy with that. Oops, lost one. I I am going to call this one done. This is day 27 of the 100-day project. I played with Stampendous Spoonful of Sugar embossing powder, and my distressed stains, distressed inks, and my visible image organic stamps. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.